Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Count Christo, and this is MEIOU and Taxes, the Light in the East. The foul Mongol hordes extinguished the Islamic Golden Age when they sacked Baghdad sometime in the past, which I can't remember exactly. But we are going to rejuvenate it. We, the mighty Ottoman Seljuk Sultanate, successors of the Seljuk, successors of Rome, and the Sultanate of Rum, which I think is to say the same thing twice, are going to reconquer our glorious lost lands in Anatolia, lost, quote unquote, and we're going to bring the star and the crescent to the wonderful world of all this land. You may recall that this is a campaign that I have done before. I have played in 2.52 Ottomans MEIOU and Taxes before with the same intent, but that campaign ended when I got sucked into 3.0. This is still 2.5. 3.0 is fun, but 2.5 works and you can understand what's going on. So we're going to try another campaign in this. It's kind of similar to the Empire of the Romans campaign that we once did, but in the Empire of the Roman campaign we kind of went this way, right? And we reformed Rome. We're going to play as the Ottomans and we're going to go this way. So we're going to limit our conquest somewhat. How are you going to limit it, dear Christo? I hear you ask. Why like this, dear viewer? So, in Europe, we are only allowed to conquer to the extent of the historical Ottoman borders in Europe. That means we can't take this province, and we can't take this province. We can take here, here, here. Looking at that map, I think it's here, probably here, 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 here. I think it is about that border, looks like, just based on that map. And then we can go all the way out here, and then down here, to here, and around there. And that's all we're allowed to conquer in Europe. That's our boundary. We're also going to allow ourselves to take Salentu, because Orantu was invaded and briefly held by the Ottomans. So we will permit ourselves just this one province here. And they believe they've launched other raids. Like, they might have taken Taranto. So maybe we'll be allowed to take Taranto as well, but we'll see. And this will have an interesting effect for this campaign, which I think will be fun. First off, because we're going east, we're going to experience a campaign where we take over India in a non-world conquest kind of situation, which is going to be interesting, because India is, as you may know, extraordinarily populous. Which means it's going to take a lot of doing to kind of get in there and conquer them. And secondly, it means that because we're not conquering Europe, we're going to have some seriously powerful AI rivals. And I'm looking forward to seeing how those rivalries will play out. Because normally, of course, when you have an AI rival in EU4, you just conquer them, right? I mean, eventually, you just conquer them. But we are not allowed to just conquer them because we can't conquer Europe. We can try and subjugate them, but that will take a lot longer. So I think it will mean that even into the late game, we will have big rivals, like a colonizing Castile, a glorious English empire, a powerful France. These will be potent enemies for quite a while. So, yeah, I think that'll be fun. So let's get started here. A mere 3-minute intro. The idea mostly is trade income. Like, I want to try and get huge trade income flowing through the Strait of Hormuz and building a mighty Aegean node, basically. And we might have kind of like vassals controlling bits of Venice and Genoa and stuff like that. I think that would work well. So, first, and we're going to roleplay in this campaign. So we are the mighty defenders of the cross and the moon, and we're going to roleplay as fanatic Sunni zealots, I think. We're not going to be at all tolerant to the orthodox pig dogs that dare lay claim to the southeastern Balkans. So some national decisions. New favorite, no thank you. No automation, no cleaning, no destabilizing. I will immediately donate state lands to the church. I don't want to end the millet system. Pilgrimage to Mecca. It only affects us for like 5 months. And we get the fanaticism for the rest of the ruler's life, I think. So sure, we'll make a pilgrimage. Don't need to do about that. Do I want to immediately have a policy of intolerance? It might cause some serious rebellions to start with, so probably not. There's just some Caliph. No. We do not recognize the Mamluk Caliph. Any utility decisions I need to do? Oh, some of these are new. There is a new update to 2.5, I believe. So, regional deletion menu. I could delete the Indian nations to slightly speed the game up, but I don't think that's necessary. Religion options. No, that seems fine. Okay. I think we're good to go. We've already got a mission fulfilled. Excellent. Because we have some mosques. Advisor costs down. Yeah, we're probably not going to have any advisors in the early game. Well, 0.25. We could get some advisors to start out with. They're pretty expensive, though. We probably won't get advisors to start out with, so I'm not going to do that. Policies-wise, we will immediately start centralizing. Wait, will we? Because we have... yeah, we probably want to centralize all the way up. So, sure. We will centralize and mediate disputes and do some aggressive policing to get our stability increase interval looking real nice. Or wait for the burghers to actually like figure out what the heck's going on. Rivals-wise, Empire of Bulgaria and... Empire of the Romans and Bulgaria seem like the obvious two to start. And who's this? That's you, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to rival everyone we can rival. Seems good. And get some embargoes up. It's been quite a while since I played EU4. So, we'll see how this goes. They were friendly with me, no matter. You are rival to them, so I'll probably ally these guys. And then try and call them into a war against these guys promising land. And then betray them. As one should. Let me just make sure I have this working correctly. Yes, indeed. Cool. Okay. I think it's time to unpause. Without further ado, let's do it. Welcome to MEIOU Taxes 2.5. We will have a fistful of tags, so we get the Turkish Empire tag. Sure. We partly control the Bosphorus, so we get some extra trade efficiency, which is always nice. And here is our troop spawn. The Romans are allied to Serbia. And Serbia, remember, does have quite a few vassals, but I believe they start disloyal. Yeah, so Serbia is a paper tiger because all of their vassals are disloyal. So we should be able to do something against them. But yeah, we're going to work initially to try and consolidate, this bit of Greece just so that we can get some control over the Aegean and obviously try and get Constantinople. And then we're going to work on consolidating some of the Sunni Anatolian lands, because that will be really good for our long-term stability. I'm sorry, I left the map up on the screen. We can get rid of that. Okay. Let's unpause. The isolate native nations. No North American or Central African natives. They won't really add anything to our game, so we might as well take them out. Bunch of people are embracing centralization. We should immediately start trying to convert. I think it's pretty cheap. We're making 0.1, 0.5. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Startup initialization coming. Trust me, it will be fine. Hopefully we won't get a crusade called against us and have to win a mighty battle at Varna. But we'll see. Since we last played, by the way, there is a change to the UI. There's this new bar here you can see, which is the combat width in this province, default attrition, the penalty for attackers, the base supply limit, I think. I want all news, please. The base defensiveness addition and the travel time. Now, I'm not certain if that travel time is for runners or for troops. I suspect it's for runners. Runners being how communication efficiency flow around, of course. My merchants not deployed? They are not. Okay, well, let's see how it works if I just set them both to transfer. Now, I think we can't ally you because you're historical neutral. No, you just have a neutral attitude. Well, a short-term alliance with the Mamluks would be that'd be pretty beneficial. It would mean we could get some whatchamacallit? Some just early defense, because early on Naples is pretty frightening and they tend to step in to help the Empire of the Romans and Athens especially, because Athens is Christian and is a junior partner under Sicily, but that often breaks off. I'm not sure why that often breaks off, but anyway, I'm not sure why, but I often see Naples stepping in and causing trouble. So we have a truce with these guys for 2 years, and we're over full manpower. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was just thinking about declaring war on these guys. We could go to war with these two simultaneously with this guy on our side, because you will presumably desire these guys' territory, I have to imagine. Yes. So if I were to... I have the Sultanate of Rum CB, right? Can't see until January of next year, but we under our force limit must be, right? Yeah. I think our cavalry are amazing. Yeah, our cavalry are stupendous right now, so we're definitely going to get one more cavalry, one more infantry. They're very expensive, but they're like 3 times better right now. Actually, it might be more than 3 times better because they have 8 pips, where the infantry have also 8, but they have this almost 3 times higher shock modifier. So the cavalry are gonna absolutely Shrek in the shock phase, which is gonna be very, very nice. We made 9 ducats last turn. That seems unlikely. No, we are genuinely making 9 ducats. Okay, we will definitely activate the Places to Worship mission and get some of these advisors. Early on, ideas-wise, we start off with the bureaucratic ideas, which is it's nice to start with. Admin efficiency is cool, although that's been nerfed. That's interesting. The corruption is nice. The centralization is nice. The autonomy change is nice. Second, we'll probably take, I don't know, maybe a religious idea group to help us handle the Baltic heathens. Definitely not going to marry you. This is a temporary alliance of convenience, nothing more. I could do with claims, but I already have them. Okay. Are you allied or guaranteed yet? Yeah, so these guys are all allying up. That alliance is frustrating. Are you still guaranteeing? No, it looks like they revoked their guarantee. I mean, this 3-way war is one we might be able to win, but it would be tough. Thing is, this fort here will hold these guys off in the east for a while. Bulgaria is no longer a valid rival. Okay, well, we'll stop embargoing them. There's a nice little bit of power projection from Eclipsed. It's pretty sweet. Can make another rival. Karaman. And I don't really want to rival Karaman because it's going to make them ally people I don't want them to. And they're allied to them. They're rival to the Mamluks, who we are now allied to. Sorry, they're allied to the Mamluks, who we're also allied to. So I think we'll probably rival Venice. Depleting Venetian trade power in the Bosphorus is nice to have. So, yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I am live on Twitch, by the way. Superpositions. Haven't been able to catch a stream for a while. You haven't been able to catch a stream for a while because there haven't been any streams for a while. For some reason, every time I start streaming, my voice packs it in. But we're giving it another go. So, wish me luck. We could just wait until the war with the Romans, to be honest. Just save up the manpower. Because the war right now against these guys down here would be costly. But it seems cowardly, doesn't it? Just to sit and wait for the war with the Romans, you know? But if we just declared on Kandar. Yeah, if we declare on Kandar, we don't full call these guys, so we don't have to fight a din. That could work. Because Kandar has this nice little copper mine, which I wouldn't mind snaffling up. And obviously Sinop is a city. In terms of industrial trade goods, by the way, this is the thing that I immediately think about as soon as you start a campaign, which is like, oh, I wonder which trade good I should immediately prioritize. I think we're going to go with silk, because silk gives trade power and dip tech cost down, which is pretty nice. The Empire of the Romans is warning a din. That seems pretty bold of them, I've got to say. Yeah, I think we will go to war with Kandar. And we'll start with our troops down here, smash these guys. Because with our 2 cavalry, they'll have none. Oh, no, they actually do have 1 cavalry each. Okay, okay. Well, do we have another slot? Yeah, we could go 3-3, but that's tough. We will be enforcing strict Sharia law, which will hurt us on tax, dip costs, but we're going fanatic this game. So church influence high and high piety. It's going to give us some nice stability increase interval. I feel like secularism is still way better, but you know we're all playing a bit, and we are pious sorts here in the wonderful Ottoman Empire. Not that we can really call ourselves an empire yet. I can't remember. Do we start? We don't start as an empire, do we? No, we're that's the kingdom logo. Oh yes, and government reforms wise, I'm considering switching to wealthy elite. Sorry, not wealthy elite, appointed elite. It causes 10 corruption. But maybe we do it after our initial wars, because military elite, which we have right now, gives us 2 unrests, which is what I really don't like about it. It does, however, give us 5 centralization and morale of armies and manpower. But -1, 0.1 autonomy change is so strong. Like, I cannot stress how powerful that -0.1 autonomy change. To put that in context, it loses you 5 centralization, right? Making that switch. 10 centralization is 0.75 autonomy change monthly. So you're actually gaining autonomy change on that switch, even though you're losing your 5 centralization. You could lose fully whatever that would be, like 15 centralization, and you'd still be gaining 14. Simon in the chat says, welcome back to M&T. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We are going to keep hiring these guys. National Arrest -4. Jesus. I feel like he's been buffed. That seems really good. And yeah, we'll just take the cheapest guys. We've got a pretty nice economy. I am going to not root out corruption because, you know, it's M&T. We just let corruption go to whatever it wants to be. Competitive inheritance giving corruption really sucks. But we actually can't switch off it. I believe plus 0.1 yearly corruption means plus 10. Is that right? We're currently at 5. It's going down by 0.25. No. So it must mean plus 0.1 means plus 1? Because this is a trending equilibrium. So I don't remember the numbers. I think plus 0.1 a year ends up being plus, it must be about 1.5 or so. Actual, corruption equilibrium point, essentially. But, yeah. So, while we wait for our truce with the Romans, or possibly with Kandar, although I don't really, I don't like my odds right now, we'd have to get 2 more troops, basically. Actually, yeah, I think what I'll get is I'll train another cavalry, and then our 3 cavalry will absolutely destroy them. And then what we'll do is when the war starts... Oh, what's this? Oh, they've changed the court logo and the education logos. Cool, nice, I like it. What we'll do is we'll raise up some greater noble troops, and that's how we'll... This is how we win, and all that. So, education. I would like to... automate my education spending, please. It's target level 3. That requires 5.4 a year. Okay, we'll target level 4 for now. It's 12 a year. It's like, what is that, like 10%? No, it's about kind of 18% of our yearly income. We'll do that. We're missing 100 ducats endowment, so I will make a... Oops. I will make a one-time endowment of 50 ducats to help out. And as for the court, I expect there's a government building here, right? Yeah, a capital. So once we have that, we can tone down the court expenses because the upkeep for capital buildings counts towards your court spending. I would like to ask my advisors to target level 3. 4. We're making a lot of some money right now. I would like to keep level 4 court. So sure, let's target level 4. What are you missing? Funding level? Nothing, actually. They're doing really well on wealth right now, so. Cool, okay. Actually, I think you might only get half the upkeep from capital buildings spent on your court. Not certain. This is not MEIOU 3.0, no. This is 2.5.2.06 to be complete. 3 is fun, but lots of parts of it are unfinished, and the UI is very difficult to follow on some things. So I'm gonna do a campaign in 2.5. I was doing this campaign before in 2.5, and we've restarted just because it's been months. So, but we're gonna do this campaign again from the beginning. And I shouldn't have switched to trying to just actually play 3 because it's not, in my opinion, it's not really ready for a full campaign, and I want to play M&T. I don't want to wait for 3 to come out. Who knows how long that could be? So we'll do some of this one. The children of the book. So the Christians and Jews are in our land, and how are we going to treat them? We're going to have them pay poll tax for now because we need the money. First off, long time no see. Nice to see you stream for lunch. It's nice to have you with us. I haven't streamed for a long time, it is true. Okay, let me God, this is this feels so archaic after playing 3. There's buildings. You just build buildings. You don't like invest in infrastructure levels. What is this? How are we doing on universities right now? What do we got going on? We got 1 local university and nothing else. Okay, so 1 local university can handle 3, I think, 3 students. But well, will I stream on Sunday? Yes. Yes, I will in all likelihood stream tomorrow as well. We could build. Could try and start building. I don't know how you use foreign trading posts. I assume you can only build them in trade companies, but I don't think I've ever used these. What else can we do? Yeah, this looks at our road networks. So we have roads everywhere except right here, and they're all level 1. Yeah, okay. And we have a small mine in Gibol, or however you say that. And that's it? Or is there a bigger mine here? No, there's no mine here, but there could be. Is that what that's showing me? Not sure. Craftsmen abandon their workshops because there is no minor center of production or bigger that is currently contributing to the skill in Bursa. I will in fact let them downgrade their trade good. There's no point spending money to try and keep that. For now, we'll just let it downgrade. We can always get it back. Don't worry about it. A gifted Orthodox Christian. No, I'm sorry. Bolu, you're just going to have to deal with it. We are being fanatic, which means we have taken a stance on religion. We have 40 piety, so I can get 15%, 10% idea cost down, 5% idea cost down. Sure, we could save it for later when we're taking a bunch of ideas at the same time, but I don't mind just taking the mission now. We don't need to like super min-max. And it's something worth mentioning that people sometimes say, you know, oh, why are you playing the Ottomans? They're so powerful. They say it's in vanilla and they say it in MEIOU and I don't really understand the idea that playing EU4 should always be a fight for your own survival, because you can make the game challenging just by having your reach constantly exceeding your grasp, right? You just take it challenging. But I don't know. I personally don't mind at all playing as someone powerful and then just trying to build a large empire, you know, because it's still challenging to try and, you know, if what your goal is to grow at maximum speed, it's always very challenging, right? It's in fact infinitely challenging, right? Because if you're trying to grow at maximum possible speed, then you have to play perfectly. So, hey Giga, how you doing? It's a great mod you made here. Sol, pleasure. Anyway. Why not 3.0? Well, I was just talking about this, but I think 3.0 is it's very cool, but many of its systems currently are extremely opaque, and it really frustrates me trying to play, because I end up spending all my time trying to figure out how the systems work. And once I've figured them out, then I'll get back into it. But it's until then, until I kind of get things understood, I'd rather play 2.5. It's something I feel more comfortable actually just doing a campaign in. And this is a campaign I've wanted to do for a really long time. The Ottomans going east, you know, only conquering historical borders in Europe and then just yoinking all this. We are, by the way, playing with a submod. I can't remember the exact name. It'll be linked in the description of the first episode. And it's linked in the first episode of the existing Light of the East series. It's called something like the Empire Builder's Helper or something, but it's good. Thank you for the subscription, Adway. I appreciate it. You're trying to play an Emperor of the Romans campaign. I lost because the allies are allied to the White Horde. Well, the White Horde usually implodes in like the first 10 years, so I'd wait for that. If at all possible, as the Romans, the easy play is build a fort on Lesvos and then trap the AI there. I don't know how easy that is currently. That's how I did it. It's very easy. But what does the mod do? Let me in like 5 minutes at the end of this episode on YouTube, I'll give you some details and links. It does a ton of things. Cuts down on some of the per province revolt events and stuff like that. I don't think you cut those out anyway, actually, but it does tons and tons of stuff. One of the things it does is it adds. In fact, no, you know what? We'll get to the end of this episode and then I'll show everyone, because people are interested in this. It adds trade charters to every province in the game, so it seems fun. There's a freaking There's a freaking peasant revolt in Constantinople. That might actually doom us. I will lose loyalty on the burgers. So there's 16,000 people here. Now they have no chance to progress because this province has a special modifier called the or is it a building? It's got modern castle edifications. It's one of these. Marketplace. Here it is. The Theodosian Walls. This province will be very difficult to successfully siege without artillery and a naval blockade. And so they actually have a zero, like the chance of its progressing are none. So I don't know what's going to happen because this siege will go on forever. I think if sieges go on for a really long time, there's progressively a chance of them failing. But this could be a problem because there's a lot of them. They'll get some siege ticks for me, but there's 17,000 of them. Let me check. That might currently be the largest army in Europe. Not quite. Castile, and I mean, okay, we don't know about some of the people in Europe, but we know about the big ones. Castile and only Castile has more men than these guys, and that's including a large chunk of India. That's pretty funny, you have to admit. Well, I mean, it's only right. They're revolting because they know we are the true heirs to Rum. We are the true successors to Rome. These fakers over here just failing to admit that the Roman Empire died in 1357. Was it 1357? Will you attack the Western Beyliks first? No, I think we're going to go after the Romans first. But well, it depends on what these rebels do. I tend to like grabbing these provinces really early in the first war, but we'll see. I need to put it in this. I need to put it in the stream title. This is not MEIOU Taxes 3.0. 2.52. There we go. Done. I think we're going to go after these 4 provinces basically to start with, and then we'll eye up Constantinople next, because I think we basically have to get cannons before we can take it because of the Theodosian Walls. But the AI for some reason quite often tends to destroy the Theodosian Walls by mistake, just like they don't take the event to upkeep them. But we'll see. When do we get cannons? It's Tech 11, so we really don't want to have to wait for Tech 11 to take Constantinople. Maybe an artillery barrage from ships will be good enough. Right now, though, the Romans have a significantly better navy than us. So, we'll see. It's not that hard to blockade with a 3 siege general. But isn't it actually just not possible? Can't you just not make progress until you deal with this? Or is it just that it actually has +2 fort level and therefore is higher than you currently are able to deal with? We'll see. They might get rid of the local fortifications. Excuse me, local fortifications like 3 with a castle seems unlikely. It's just fort level. Okay, so we might be able to get through there. But even if we can't, just taking this land off them should be good. Should be handy. It was a while ago. It probably is because there haven't been major changes recently. Okay, so our truce is going to end. I really don't want to fight them while they have these peasants. But I am gonna. We have our general, right? Yeah. So let's do it. Hello, Romans. We're gonna Sultanate of Rum it up because we get 50% cost and less aggressive expansion. And we're gonna make Pegia the war goal. Trebizond's gonna join. This does not concern me. Romans, do you have any men? They have 1,000 men. Okay. This should be easy then. Take Pegia. Declare. We're going to keep our fleet in port for now. And hope these guys leave. Should have started my fleet down here, but you can't do everything right. We need 4,000 men to siege here. Will you give me military access? No, you don't like me, right? You will, though. I'm going to go siege that. Level 2 forts in MEIOU Taxes take 4,000 men to siege. Right? Yeah, double garrison. Got one of the conversions done. Bursa has gone another 10%. We currently have a 30% Sunni minority. It should go to 40. Yeah. Taking the war goals to the largest province makes it cheaper. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you for the tip. Oh, I haven't taken out the offensive war modifier yet on this version. I'll do that soon because this breaks the game. In fact, you know what? I'm going to end the episode here and I'm going to go and delete that modifier. We are going to heavily restrict looting, I think. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll call that the first episode. In the next episode, we will probably take quite a bit of land. Let's just wait a couple of days so that we can see what we're going to be able to take. I think we're going to do this. We might do this, but that does coalition us. But I think it might only be the Romans. No, that gets more. We don't really want Wallachia and Bulgaria and Serbia in a coalition, so we'll probably just take this. Could also do this. No, that still gets Wallachia. We'll probably do this. Should be good. Yeah. But that will be in the next episode. So if you don't want to stick around for a discussion of what mods I'm using and some war modifier stuff, discussion and modding, now is the time to leave, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching YouTube, and I'll see you next time. So for those of you that want to stick around and chat, make it 0.03 instead. Don't just delete it, so at least attackers suffer a bit. Attackers shouldn't suffer a bit. There are mechanics in the game designed to cause war exhaustion when you do things which should cause war exhaustion, such as blockaded home ports, restricting your soldiers' ability to loot, taking attrition, taking casualties in battle. Being at war should absolutely not cause war exhaustion. If the British Empire declares war on, like, Nepal, right, that causes war exhaustion. That's nonsensical. No one in Britain gives it a flying fuck whether or not the Empire is currently at war with Nepal. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to delete it. The other thing is that it was brought into the game not because it's balanced or sensible, but because it fixed a bug with the AI. And I will not suffer because it fixed a bug with the AI. It's simply not in my nature. I am going to play Andrea, probably. Is this deja vu reruns the Ottoman campaign? So yes, we did play an Ottoman campaign and we conquered this much. So we're just kind of retreading a little bit because I wanted this to be, you know, you got to start from the beginning, basically, is the long and the short of it. I will quit here. Let me put some music on so that you don't need to suffer in silence while I do a quick bit of modding. I am going to show you how you do this, so that you're not, just for anyone curious. And if you're on YouTube and you're like, oh, where's the gameplay? Just stop watching, man. It's real easy. Would have thought you waited for 3.0 on MEIOU taxes. Well, I already have 3.0. I've had 3.0 for like 6 months. But it's not really playable yet. It is like you can play it, but I don't know. Will you reduce base aggressive expansion? I bet you're fine with it. No, I'm fine with it. I like the idea of fighting European coalitions in this game. I remember watching those Ottoman streams on a beach and now it's snowing. Okay. So to mod this, what you do is you go to your Paradox folder, and I will show you this in a moment. You go to EU4, you go to mod, you go to MEIOU taxes 1.0, you go to common, and then you go to something like, oh no, you don't go to common, you go to, what's it called? Help me out, Gigal. Where is it saved? It's like, is it events? Offensive war? Hang on, let me set up my screen capture for you. I just don't want to capture my file structure, lest I show you something heinous. There we go. So these are the MEIOU taxes files. Was in the question, missed the question. Where can I change the offensive war modifier again? Why is the screen black? I'm just doing a quick bit of modding. Offensive_war. I've run this search a few times before. Is it? It's not war dynamism. Is it war mechanics? That's HRE war mechanics. I don't remember where this is. It's in something like the modifiers file, or like the Modifier defines file. I can't remember. Mechanic modifiers. Here it is. Okay. So, to get rid of this, open up the mechanics underscore modifiers.txt file. You can just search offensive underscore war in the MEIOU and taxes folder to do that. Open it up in your favorite text editor, in my case, code. Visual Code, Visual Studio Code. And here it is, offensive war, raw exhaustion. 0.1, sorry, 0.10. Change that to 0.1, 0.0, sorry. And save. Done. Close that. Stop the screen share. And start the game. That's it. Real simple. Real simple. I didn't transition, so there you go. You've all seen my home screen or a small section of it. I don't think there's anything too heinous on there. Boot it back up again. Good. Now, you're curious about... I can turn this back on now, I guess. Give me a sec, and I'll give you back your eyes. Grant us eyes. There you go. Now, you were asking what mod I was using. Swapping screens, missed it, showed again. It's alright, I've already done it. I just searched offensive underscore war in the whole folder and found it. So, the mods that I am using... Hello everybody, I'm Count Christo. Oh god, little inception. I think you might be able to just put mods. No. Is there a sub-mod about making colonies better in MEIOU? Well, there's 3.0, which makes them better, but yes, there is. You're going to get me again. South. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This is the page that describes the submod. Jesus, that's a long link. Let me give you a less cursed link. There you go. And these will be in the description, YouTube, by the way, if you're hearing this and getting frustrated. And so what it does, this submod, is essentially makes the game slightly easier to make big empires. Colonies are less prone to implosion, less spam for large empires, bug fixes, and some balancing. So colonial regions have been rebalanced. There are 5 new colonial regions. There's less cultural unrest, and it's much more caused by internal situations rather than randomness. Colonial governors are appointed automatically, which is pretty nice. There's a bunch more trade companies. The development level is determined differently. Different nations can colonize, will now colonize. It just kills client states because they didn't work properly anyway. It reduces lag from education and universities, changed up government reforms, idea-dependent government policies are re-enabled. Oh, wait a minute. Idea development government policies are re-enabled? You mean we have, like, a bunch of policies for each idea group? I don't think that's right. It is right! They added the policies back in. I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's amazing. Wow. Oh, but it's difficult to see what they're matched with because the 10 Years Abolition Act is you have to take diplomatic ideas and default underscore policy underscore 1 underscore ideas. So I guess we'll just see what those are. But, yeah. AI colonies get more colonists, there's new trade route connections, there's new loading screens, timbers produce more, and tons of balance changes. You can also disable the religious conversion events. Yeah, that's it. There's a bunch of other stuff. There's institution spawn conditions are changed. There's a bunch of cool stuff. Anyway, go check it out. Hit that link. Chat, it's in the link for you. Oh, I keep showing the wrong thing. Let me switch back to game capture. There we go. So that's some of the mods that change it. There's new governments for trading cities, that kind of thing. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube. I'll see you in the next episode.